बच्चों, मॉक इंटरव्यू वाले सीरीज में ही मैं ये दूसरा एक इंटरव्यू है एक दूसरे बच्चे का जो मैं लेकर आ रहा हूँ आपके लिए। इसमें विशाल कुमार राज हैं, जिनका इंटरव्यू हमने लिया था। बहुत ही यंग लड़का है ये बच्चा, करीब 21-22 साल का होगा। एंड बहुत ही बेहतरीन ढंग से इन्होंने अपना इंटरव्यू दिया था। और अभी इनका पंजाब नेशनल बैंक में सिलेक्शन हुआ है। और हमने इनको भी, जो हमने असेसमेंट किया था उसमें फाइनल कैटेगरी में रखा था। तो अभी विशाल कुमार राज का मॉक इंटरव्यू हमने पब्लिश किया है, उसको देखिए और आप तो ज़रूर इससे बेनिफिटेड होंगे और हमारे मॉक इंटरव्यू प्रोग्राम के बारे में समझेंगे कि हमने क्यों इसको, हमारा प्रोग्राम किस तरह का था इंटरव्यू का। और काइंडली जितने भी बच्चे एस्पायर कर रहे हैं बैंकिंग के लिए, ज़रूर इनका वीडियो देखिए और उससे आपको सीखने को मिलेगा। थैंक यू वेरी मच।
Why is it so?
Because actually, sir, when I was in class 10th, I had been always something upper hand in studies, better than every student. So my parents always dreamed about me becoming a officer in various organizations, especially in financial organizations. That's why I have never thought about it.
Never thought about it. Have you studied something in physics, Vishal?
Yes, sir. Yes,
you
sir.
have studied in honors and all. You have studied 3 years of physics. Can you tell me the difference between weight and mass?
Yes, sir. Weight is actually the force applied by any celestial body to another object, while mass is its inherent property.
Okay. Can you tell me the if sunlight is reflected by a mirror, okay? Sunlight, sun rays is reflected by a mirror, okay? So the reflected rays will gain the energy or lose the energy.
Sir, it will lose the energy.
It will always lose the energy. There is no case of gaining the energy.
Sir, in most of the cases, it cannot gain the energy because when it strikes the surface, the reflecting surface, it somehow loses to energy the particles on the surface of the reflecting surface.
So, in case of lenses, when we use the lens, so we, in the you can say convergent lens, we use the energy to concentrate on some point, and even it can burn. The simple energy which cannot burn that object, but with the use of convergent lens, we can burn that object on the ground. So here your theory of that it will lose energy will fail. What is your opinion about that?
Yes, sir. Sir, it was not because of gaining energy, it was because of the concentration of the particles, I mean the concentration of the light rays, not because of gaining energy.
Okay, so the rays are not rays that are reflected there are not gaining energy, right?
Sir, right now I can only recall it now.
Okay. What is radioactive metals, Vishal?
So radioactive metals are certain elements that have higher number of neutrons in their shells, which which emit the electrons out of their shells. That's why they are called radioactive elements.
So why this radioactivity happens with some element or metal? Why is it so? Why they become radioactive? What is the basic reason behind that?
Sorry, sir, but right now I cannot recall it.
Okay, one last question from your physics. You must have known that a positive charge and negative charge attracts each other, right?
Yes, sir.
Tell me the case where a positive charge, just answer me. Can a positive charge attract a positive charge?
Sorry, sir. Right now I cannot recall it.
You cannot recall. So there is no question of second subsidiary question. So your hobby is to talking to people. Okay.
Yes, sir.
How is it a hobby? Talking to people is a natural thing. Okay. Someone talks to you, you talk it back. You talk back. That is a natural thing. We all talk. Yeah, I am talking to you. This is not the hobby.
Yes, sir. Actually, sir, since my childhood, I have been a introvert kind of person. So when I started talking to people, I kind of developed it as a hobby where I can learn from them various things.
Okay. What did you learn from me these 5 to 10
So
minutes?
right now, I learned from you the way you speak to different people is very kind of professional. So that is the thing I learned from here right now.
Okay. So what are the, tell me, incidents? You are around 21 years old, right? 21, 22 years old. So
Yes,
you,
yes.
so you tell me, in these 21, 22 years old, 21, 22 years, who are those persons with whom you have learned so much that you remember them, that due to these talking abilities you have learned so much in your life from that person? Tell me the name of not the name, tell me the qualities that you observed during the talking and all. What things you learned?
Yes, sir. So it was none other than my grandmother.
Okay.
She was actually since my childhood. I have always been to the house of my grandmother, and there I learned so many things from her. First, that was politeness. She talked me about the way she talked was full of politeness. The second
Okay.
was honesty. She always taught me about the honesty in your conversation. The third is the patience. Like when you are talking to someone, you first should be a good listener.
Oh, a good listener
And
means
yes, sir.
a good listener is a
And
good speaker also, right?
yes, sir.
Okay, okay. So a person who does not have, is it always the case that a good speaker is a good listener is a good speaker?
So it depends. If someone does not have a good speaking skills, then it might be he must be a good listener, but he cannot speak properly.
Okay, Vishal, tell me 5 unique things of, you are from Patna, right?
Yes, sir.
5 unique things you observed in Patna. Tell me.
So in cultural aspects or in different things.
Any aspect you have observed, five unique thing
Yes, sir.
that is generally not found in rest of the India.
Yes, sir. So in Patna, you basically find the birthplaces of Shri Guru Gobind Singh. He was the 10th Guru of the Sikh community. And
Okay.
secondly, it is actually the capital of Bihar. So its infrastructure is very good if we compare from the rest of the Bihar, not from India actually.
No, I am
And
talking about rest of the India. You, a unique thing which is not there, and it only exists in Bihar.
sir, by comparing to India, I cannot say there are so much differences. They are actually more of a similar thing in Patna.
Okay. Have you studied regarding banking and all? Any term or terminology? Have you gone through that?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I have tried to.
Okay. So tell me, what are the, you have got the account in any bank?
Yes, sir. I have a bank account.
In which bank?
It is in Bank of India.
Bank of India, right? So you must have seen the checkbook or check leaves of Bank of India. You have got
Yes,
that.
sir.
So what are the
Yes, sir.
information written over there on the checkbook or check leaves?
Sir, firstly, it is the name of the account holder. Then
Okay.
it's then it's account number.
Hmm.
Then there is a MICR, magnetic ink character reader.
Hmm.
Actually, the code here.
Hmm.
These three things and the name of the bank also.
Bank name. Then IFSC,
Yes, sir. Sorry, sir.
IFSC code.
IFSC is also mentioned there.
Also, this bank address is also there, right? Your address
Yes,
is
sir.
also there. And I asked checkbook as well as check leaf. Okay, you understand the
Yes,
difference
sir.
of the word? Checkbook means
Yes, sir.
the whole checkbook which you have received in your house, okay, in your home through postal communications. And second is check leaf, one leaf of the check. Okay, so no
Yes, sir.
issues. You right? Okay, fine. You know Negotiable Instrument Act.
Yes, sir.
What is it?
Sir, it's Negotiable Instrument Act passed in 1881. It defines the various things like promissory note, bill of exchange, checks, and these things.
Okay, so you must have heard a big scam that happened in Bihar, which was related to, even I say, various banks, okay, mainly Bank of Baroda. Uh, uh, do you know that name of that scam?
Sorry, sir, but I haven't studied about this scam.
Okay, you have not studied about this scam. Okay, it was related to Negotiable Instrument Act issues. Okay, you tell me, what are the functions of RBI?
Sir, RBI has various functions like the primary function is issuance of currency.
Okay.
The secondary function is to actually RBI acts as the regulating body of the banks in India, so it acts as a regulator. The third, it also acts as a banker of government,
Hmm?
so it provides banking facilities to government. And other than that, it has a major function of monetary policy, so it
Okay.
maintains the inflation rates or the liquidity in the country.
How does it regulate the inflation?
Sir, it regulates inflation by its quantitative control tools that are like repo rates, reverse repo rates, SLR, CRR, etc.
So you said SLR. Okay. Does SLR do SLR is regulated by the act of RBI?
Yes, sir. Actually, if I can guess, sir.
Yes. Okay. Fine. So, do you know any other tools which is used by RBI to regulate the economic policy, or you can say monetary policy?
Sir, I think it's open market operations
Okay.
where
Then,
the RBI purchases government securities to reinforce the liquidity of the market.
okay. Okay, fine. You tell me how banks make income. Except
Sir, they make income.
one thing, Vishal. I'll
Yes, sir. Yes,
sorry
sir. Yes,
to disturb you.
yes,
Tell
sir.
me the income, how banks make income, except savings and current account deposit, except is deposits, leaving excluding the deposits. Other way to make income. What are the other tools by which a bank makes income?
Yes, sir. So the bank can make income by providing different financial services like credit and debit cards. They can have income by providing loans,
Hmm?
and they can have income by providing different services like insurance
Hmm?
and policies.
Okay.
So right now I can recall it only.
Okay. Commission charges, service charges, right?
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
Banks also invest in some other sectors also. From there they get the investment return. There they get the income. Okay. So
Yes, sir.
it's all done from my side. Now Pankaj sir will take the lead, take the process further. Uh, Mr. Pankaj, I think,
Yes, I'm there. Hello.
yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah.
Tell.
So Vishal, welcome to the interview. Okay.
Yes, sir.
You have done physics, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Can you please tell me something about a special theory of relativity?
Yes, sir. It was given by Albert Einstein in 1905.
Hmm.
So it states about the relative motion of two different objects in space. Actually, it considers space and time both the same sides, both the alternate sides of a coin.
No, relative. Okay, relative is Newton's law of motion. Also talks about the relativity. Relative.
Yes,
So
sir.
what is the basic difference between the two?
Sir, in Newton's laws, Newton actually considered gravity as a force, but
Hmm?
Einstein never considered gravity as a force. In
But
fact, it considered
I'm talking about a special theory of relativity. You are proceeding to general theory of relativity.
yes. Sorry, sir.
Yeah, so please focus
Uh,
on the special theory of relativity now.
mm, Sorry, sir, but I cannot get
What
it
is
right.
one basic thing that was revolutionized in a special theory of relativity?
They were actually considering gravity not a force but a curvature in the space-time.
That is general theory of relativity. Okay, it talks about
Yes, sir.
geodesics, it talks about curvature and all those things. That is general theory of relativity. In a special theory of relativity, time is made relative.
Oh, yes, sir. Sorry, sir.
So this was very revolutionary in a special theory of relativity. Okay, when did general theory of relativity come in?
So it's 1919.
Are you sure?
Might be not sure, sir, but
Please check this. Okay,
okay, sir, I'll do that.
so general geodesic. You know the word geodesic in general theory of relativity.
Sir, I haven't heard about it, but right now I'm not able to recall it.
Okay, fine. Okay, fine. So tell me, uh, let me talk about. Okay, what is quantum physics?
Yes, sir.
Okay, you have heard of quantum computing these days?
Yes, sir.
What is quantum computing?
Sir, quantum computing is based on qubits. Actually, when we talk about computer, we use bits and bytes, but in quantum computer, we use the qubits. Actually, the transportation of electrons we use to compute this.
Okay, okay. So, can you please tell me what is wave particle duality?
Yes, sir. So wave particle duality was mainly given by Huygens. It states that a particle can have dual nature. That is, sometimes it can behave as a wave, and other times it can behave as a particle, depending on the obstacles it faces in its way.
So, electron is a wave or particle?
So it behaves in both nature, depending on the obstacle it faces.
Can you please tell me two circumstances where electron behaves as a wave and a particle?
Sir, talking about particle, in the theory of the effect given by, or I cannot recall it right now, sir, but sorry, sir, but yes, sir, the photoelectric effect, the electron behaves as particle,
Hmm.
and mm, sorry, sir, but right now I'm not able to recall it.
Okay. Okay. So you have. Okay. Tell me, how do you think physics is related to banking and financial industry?
So physics is not directly related to banking industry, but yeah, as a subject, mostly as a subject of science, it teaches us about the logical thinking and figuring out the different things while solving a problem. So in that way, it can help us.
So should I tell you a very interesting thing?
Yes, sir.
Let me tell you that all these financial markets, okay, all these financial markets, stock markets, bonds, and all these things, what you know, at advanced level, all are governed by physics type equations.
Yes, sir.
So, you know Brownian motion in physics.
Yes, sir.
So there is a Brownian motion in finance also, finance and banking also.
Yes,
Okay.
yes, sir.
So both are very much related at advanced level. Okay. Anyway, please tell me, you know National Stock Exchange.
Yes, sir.
What is the name of the index that is traded on NSE, National Stock
Sir,
Exchange?
sir, it's Nifty 50.
Nifty 50 is index. Okay. What are the derivatives of Nifty 50?
Sir, sorry, sir, but I'm not able to recall it.
Okay. Can you please tell me? Recently, a huge scam has come out at NSE. Can do you have any idea about it?
Sir, not in deep, but yes, in recent news, I have read about the chairman of NSE and a Yogi Baba kind of person.
So what was that? What is that?
Actually, there was kind of discrepancy in the recruitment of some advisors done by the chairman of NSE.
Can you please tell me the name of that exactly? It's not chairman. It was your former
Sorry.
MD and
Uh,
CEO. So can you please tell me the name of that person?
yes, sir. Sir, she was Miss Chitra, or I cannot recall the full name, but she was Chitra. Her name was Chitra.
Okay. Okay. Tell me. You know US Fed interest rate policy.
No, sir, I haven't studied about it, but I can do, sir.
Okay. What is the concept of bad bank?
Yes, sir. So bad bank are the institution that take the non-performing assets from the bank and to recover the losses from them.
How do you think it is going to help the Indian banking industry?
Yes, sir. Sir, when we in the eyes of a bank, the NPAs are actually losses. So it is kind of nothing to get from that. But when we come to bad banks, they take the NPAs from the banks and at least provide them some money, which can be better than nothing.
Can you please repeat what you said? Sorry.
Sir, yes, sorry, sir. Sir, in NPA, the bank which lends the money is about nothing to get from the NPAs. Actually, they are losses. But the bad banks or the asset reconstruction companies take the NPAs from the bank and provide them some amount, like 40 or 50% from the NPAs. So that in that case, this is better than nothing.
Okay, fine. Okay. So tell me, how do you had some idea about equity relation between equity prices and gold prices?
Something, sir, a little bit of.
Yeah, please tell me.
Sir, equity are shares.
So how these two things are related? Equity prices and gold prices in general.
In general, sir, I do not know the relationship actually.
Okay. What's your idea about cryptocurrency?
Cryptocurrency is right now a very hot topic. Everyone is talking about it, and
How?
recently the government.
Yeah, please
Yes,
go on.
sir.
Please tell. Yeah, please go on. Please go on.
Yes, sir. And recently, the government also imposed the taxation of 30% on the income earned from it.
So does the taxation make does say for example it was imposed some taxes, so that makes it legal?
Mm, we cannot say actually, sir, because it can. It is certainly a way towards regulating it, but we cannot call it right now a legally.
Okay, fine. That's good. Okay, okay. So please tell me, uh, how do you think cryptocurrency is a risk to the system? Because some few days back, when the RBI deputy governor called it like a scam, it could be a very huge scam. So do you have any opinion on that?
Yes, sir. Certainly, sir. Because when we talk about the stock market, it is kind of centrally managed. But the cryptocurrencies are not centrally managed; they are decentralized. So there is no kind of no history or trail of any transaction. That's why it is very complicated for the agencies to. I mean, this is very difficult for the agency to track the transaction, and that's why they can also be used in different types of illegal activities.
How is it different? How is a Bitcoin or say Bitcoin type currency, cryptocurrency, different from the digital currency that has been proposed by RBI recently? What is the basic difference?
Sir, on the terms of technology, I do not have that kind of knowledge, but I think it will be mainly different of the regulations. That it will be centrally managed, the Indian currency that RBI is going to launch, and that cryptocurrency is not centrally managed.
Yeah, that's fine. That's what I wanted to know. Okay. So tell me, you know SEBI?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So secure SEBI, what is SEBI and what are its roles um, in the market?
Yes, yes, sir. So SEBI stands for Security and Exchange Boards of India. It was established in 1992 to regulate the money market or financial market of India.
When did it come into existence?
Sir, 1992.
After which major scam?
So it was Harshad Mehta scam.
Okay. Okay. So okay, that's fine. So tell me, you know single securities market code?
Sorry, sir, but I'm not able to recall it.
Okay. So tell me, you know solvency and bankruptcy code? You have
Yes,
some
sir.
idea about it? What is it
Yes,
and
sir.
why has it been proposed?
Yes, sir. So it was proposed by the government in 2012, I guess. I'm not sure about it, but it was proposed to actually seize the to regulate the businessmen or corporates who are on the edges of insolvency, or to regulate the way they actually try to manipulate the authority bodies by. Actually, sir, I'm not recall. I'm very sorry for that.
It has been proposed to see there is a thing, there is a concept of ease of doing business. Okay, so India is trying to improve its ranking in the ease of doing business. So earlier, suppose a company goes bankrupt or insolvent, then lot of legal and operation things were going on, and it used to take huge time. Okay, so so it is trying to minimize those time and make the process very fast. Okay, so that the
Yes.
business could wind up the things very on a in a very quick manner. Okay, anyway, please tell me, uh, you know, banking, open market operation.
Yes, sir.
What is it?
So, open market operations are kind of measures done by RBI to adjust the liquidity in the market, in which the RBI, when the liquidity is excess in the economy, the RBI purchases actually get back the money by issuing different kind of security bonds.
Okay, so tell me, mm, what do you mean by this SLR ratio? SLR,
Yes, sir. Sir,
what is
SLR
that?
stands for yes, sir. Statutory liquidity ratio. It is the a specific percentage of amount of the NDTL, net demand and time liabilities of bank, that bank has to put with himself or herself in the form of cash or easily liquefiable assets.
Okay, you know the term depositories in financial markets?
Yes, sir. I have
Depository.
heard about it. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I know about it.
Can you please tell name the two depositories,
Yes,
two
sir.
prominent
The
depositories in India?
Yes, sir. The first is CDSL, Central Depository Limited, and the second is NSDL, National Securities Depository Limited.
So what is the role of a depository?
So it actually acts as an intermediary between a buyer and a seller of securities, and it stores the securities with them.
Sorry, your voice. Can you please repeat?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Sorry, sir. Sir, actually, they act as an intermediary between the seller and buyer of securities.
That's fine, but what does it do? As an intermediary, what does it do?
They actually provide demat accounts to store the securities or stocks in them.
Okay, that's good. Okay, okay. So, uh, okay, fine. So this recently, there is an ongoing crisis of Russia-Ukraine crisis. So how do you think
Yes,
it
sir.
is going to impact the Indian economy or
Yes,
Indian
sir.
financial markets?
Sir, as an impact of war, there can be economic slowdown in throughout the world, because in a war-like situation, various kind of economic activities can stop. So that can lead to economic recession in throughout the world.
So how what is the how it will lead to the recession or something? What you are talking about?
Yes, sir. Sir, in the case of Russia and Ukraine, Russia is a big power, and Ukraine is also supported by NATO countries. So there can be a conflict throughout the world that can stop the
No,
various
I'm
financial
asking in
activities.
terms of economy. I'm asking in terms of economy. Means how is it directly going to affect the Indian economy?
Sir, sorry, sir, but I'm not kind
So
of
you have
thinking
some
in
idea
that.
about oil prices, oil. How is it related to oil prices or energy prices?
Sir,
What?
oil prices, yes, sir. It can be related because Russia is a large exporter of natural gases. So that can affect the prices of natural gases, but oil prices I'm not able to
It is
think
all.
about
It
one.
is one of the exporter of oil as well. Okay.
Sorry, sir.
So okay. It exports around 10% of oil to the global market.
Thank you,
Okay,
sir.
fine. Okay, fine. So uh, That's fine. That's all from my side. Okay. So,
Yeah.
Pratyush sir will proceed further now.
Okay, sir.
Vishal, it's a kind of concluding the session, okay? And I'll ask one, two questions from you. See, your account is in Bank of India, right?
Yes, sir.
When you enter the bank branch, right? Have you entered in the branch or not?
Yes, sir.
When you enter the branch, what are the things that you observe in a bank branch? Tell me.
So, first of all, the infrastructure, because banking is a service sector, so infrastructure is very important. Secondly, the behavior of the employees.
Okay.
And so mainly, I think at the first glance, I see these two things.
Two things. Okay. Tell me one thing. Have you heard the word RTGS, NEFT?
Yes, sir.
What is the difference between them?
So RTGS concludes in batches of half an hour, with 48-hour batches of in a day, and where left is can be run throughout the day.
Okay. So, don't you think you have given something, some, reverse definitions? Batches thing is with the NEFT or RTGS. RTGS is the real time gross settlement, right?
Real-time gross settlement. Sorry, sir, I forgot.
So,
Sorry, sir, that was my mistake.
okay, fine. Oh, no issues. You tell me one thing that what are demand deposits of a bank?
The demand deposits are all the deposits that are that can be easily asked by a customer or depositor on its demand, like the savings account or the current account deposits.
FD,
FDs are time deposits.
they are time deposits, right? Okay, fine. What are the time deposits? Tell me other time deposits.
Sir, others are recurring deposits.
Okay, then
Other than I'm not able to recall, sir.
what is the difference between FD and RD?
So FD are done initially with a fixed tenure of time, whereas the RD is done on regular intervals. Like we have to deposit a certain amount on regular intervals to the account.
Okay. So what is NDTL? Do you know NDTL?
Yes, sir.
What is it?
So NDTL stands for the net demand and time liabilities. They are the liabilities that a bank has to pay to the depositors anytime.
Okay. Why this word net is added over there?
Sir, sorry, sir, but I'm not able to think it.
Okay. Do you know SLR? SLR?
Yes, sir.
SLR, you know? What is it?
Yes, sir. So SLR stands for Statutory Liquidity Ratio. It is a certain percentage of the NDTL prescribed by the RBI to keep with the banks in the form of cash, gold, or any other easily liquefiable assets.
What is present SLR?
So it's 18%.
What is the act which regulates this SLR?
Sir, sorry, sir, but as I know, it is regulated by the monetary policy, but act I do not know.
Means monetary policy means RBI. RBI is
Yes,
regulating it.
RBI Act of 1934.
Okay. Vishal, it is regulated by Banking Regulation Act 1949 under 56, Section 56 and 24, right? NDTL is
Thank you,
also
sir.
regulated by Banking Regulation Act under section number 24, right?
Yes,
So
sir.
these are the real time questions which I have heard in the various examination interviews, okay, in the banking, okay, from my juniors. That's why I asked it. Recently they have asked it, okay, from the probationary officers. So Pankaj sir will give feedback, then I'll conclude with the feedback. Pankaj sir.
Yeah. So, Vishal, it was very nice talking to you. Okay, so you have good understanding of the things overall. What you need to do is that you need to improve some basic things. Say, for example, I have talked about. You just need to recall it. I think that you know, but you are not able to recollect at the right time. Okay. So
Yes,
it's
sir.
like I asked you that Newton's laws of motion, special theory of relativity, how, what is the difference. So as a physics student, graduate, you are expected to understand the basic things like this.
Yes,
Okay. So and I think that you know that, but you should have a clear clarity of mind regarding various things. Okay, just need to arrange the things so that
yes,
you
sir.
can recall at the right moment. And regarding finance, you have finance and banking. You have your understanding is fair, good. Just you need to brush up the concept, financial concepts, and some of the financial terminologies. Okay. Otherwise, you have fair understanding of the things. Okay. You just make
Yes,
a list of the financial terms or banking terms and financial news that are going on all around. Okay. Just like U.S. federal interest rate policy is very important these days. Okay. It is going to affect the globally, India as well.
yes,
And in Russia, Ukraine crisis, I told about oil prices, and all those things are very important. So you just make a list of those financial terminologies and financial news, and then revise it. Okay. Otherwise, everything is fine. And be you'll so you just need to look at those things, and everything will be okay. Okay.
yes, sir.
So
Okay,
that's
sir.
all from my side, and Pratyush sir will guide.
Vishal, it was nice talking to you. A boy of 21, 22 years old have this much of knowledge about all these things and have an idea and opinion about it. Is really nice. And one thing I like to add that whenever sometimes I saw that before completing the question, you try to answer, so
Yes, sir.
take a pause, okay, let the question complete, take a pause. You took the pause in various questions also, but in some of the questions you started, you know talking, okay.
Yes,
One thing, can you add, do you read newspaper regularly?
sir. Sir, not regularly, but yeah, on weekly basis, I take the
Okay.
like I collect
See,
list of
if you
newspaper.
can add some other hobbies also, like talking people, okay, and if you can, मतलब अगर आप कर सकते हो तो प्लीज इस दौरान में कुछ ऐसी हॉबी जो आप करते हो एंड यू हैव गॉट द कॉन्फिडेंट नॉलेज अबाउट इट, इफ यू कैन ऐड, please add
Yes,
that.
sir.
Okay, it will be really better, and it will, carve out, or that will give you more and more questioning, that will give that will give the feeding from your side to interviewer. Okay, so talking people is okay, fine. If you can add, only I am telling you that the condition is there. If in these 4 5 days, if you can manage to add one more hobby, okay, that looks like hobby, okay, so please add it, okay, so that they will, if,
Sir, can I say something?
yeah.
Yes, sir. Actually, being a normal boy, I certainly do not have any kind of hobby. That's why I just try to figure out something and write it down in a casual way so that I can play it on like the communication skill point of view. But I was just looking to give it a traveling kind of a hobby so that I can say about something like learning about the various cultures and food traditions.
So
Will it be
at
okay?
that point of time they will ask the recent places you visited and importance of that place and all uniqueness and all. They will ask various questions. Okay. So
Yes, sir.
travelers must have knowledge of various important places, historical, or you can say kind of famous places. Okay.
Yes,
So
sir.
they may ask you various places you visited, or they may start bombarding questions regarding various places, various famous places. So there are two issues with that. If they ask the places you have visited, then you can make up the story, okay. But if they start asking you the questions from various famous places of on their own, then that will, disbalance the whole interview. Okay,
Yes,
so
sir.
if you are not able to, make a story about all these hobbies and all, do not do that. Go with the talking people. Okay, go with it. No issues. Okay, there is no nothing like that anything negative will happen. Talking people make better stories about it. Okay, about this hobby. Try to no. Uh, Try to make some other story regarding it, okay, the various story regarding it, okay, so that they will be get entertained by you.
Okay, and rest of the thing are really good, Vishal, and we wish you all the best for your upcoming interview.
Yeah, you all the best for your
You
Thank
are
you, sir.
you
future
were
endeavors, and just
yeah.
refine everything. Just refine and arrange everything. Okay.
Just go superficially to it, each and everything. Like I have given you the very different PDF now of
Yes, sir.
industry insurance. In go that just go and read once those terms. That's it, and various questions and all. Okay, so
And you can
Yes.
so you can also Vishal give feedback to us.
yeah, fine.
How did you enjoy the means how about the interview that we conducted? How did you
Yes,
feel
sir.
about it?
Actually, it was the first interview of my whole lifetime because I'm
Okay,
at a
that's
very
great.
young age, and I haven't appeared for any kind of interview, even with any of my friends. So initially, it was kind of a dream for me. I was very nervous, but later on, you all kept it very well and just make me calm. So that was a very good experience. But initially, I felt like drilling, especially in the part of physics. Actually, it's been 2 years from my graduation, and
Okay,
as I told you, because of the peer pressure of my pressure parents,
okay,
actually in the society, science is very like everyone wants to get their children science. That's why I was not very interested in that subject.
Okay.
So I just have passed it anyway in the graduation, and that's why I was very low rated in that subject when you asked the question. I was just trying to figure it
that
out anyway and get passing the question.
okay, fine, that's fine. So you learned from means you learned from the interview, and how did you find the questions that we asked, and the feedbacks that we provided to you? How do
The
you?
questions were of very generous nature. They were actually very useful. And especially in that interview, I found more of a HR section, which was actually very helpful for me because in other sections like banking terminologies, they are most of the things that I know and some things I have to get deeper. But in the HR section, I have to work a lot. And that is, I got from that interview.
Okay, fine.
Fine, fine. Thank you, thank you,
Thank you,
thank you,
Vishal.
Vishal. It was
Thank
nice
you, sir.
talking to
All the
you.
best. All the best. All the
All
best.
the best for interview. Okay, you can leave.
Okay, sir.
Okay,
Thank you.
okay, okay.